everyone, welcome to TrueHRIS demo. We have 3 different solutions built for 3 different needs. The first one is ATS for recruitment consulting firm, we call it TrueATS, and the other one is ATS for companies, we call it TrueRMS, and we have end-to-end HR solution, we call it TrueHRMS. So this demo we're going to be talking about the HRMS solution that we have. So if you are looking to know about ATS or RMS, the link in the description. So let's start with the HRMS demo. So it's a complete HR suite end-to-end solution which has 10 modules starting from recruitment to onboarding, attendance, payroll, leave management, task management, performance management, learning management, help desk and exit management. So we'll cover each and every module one by one, and I will show you the live software as well. So let me show you how these modules work in real time in our HR software. So this is the admin dashboard. You could see people on duty, people, the total number of staff, people on leave, people who are absent. You can see the active job openings, you can see the pending requests. So this is a generic dashboard. It's a customized dashboard. You can have dashboard as per your requirement. On the left hand side you could see the different modules, from recruitment, onboarding, attendance, payroll, performance management, learning management system, task management, queries till FNF. So let's start with the first module, which is recruitment. So in the recruitment, the module starts with the MRF, which is manpower acquisition form. But the beauty of this, the whole process is, it's not like that you have to follow each and every process. I'll show you how exactly the whole flow works, but you can bypass any of the process and can start from the mid as well, and that I'll also show it to you. So let's start with manpower acquisition. The first thing that any operations head or any department head will first give you a requisition that they are looking to hire someone at manager sales. So there are this handles multiple brands, and in all brands you can have multiple units. So you will simply put in the years of experience required, and then the qualification. You can mention the skills required for this role, and then most of the time people don't want to write the roles and responsibility, and that's they feel like the toughest part. So we have integrated AI into this. So they just have to click the submit. Now it will go to the admin for approval to HR. So they'll go and they'll have a look at this requirement. They'll allocate one of the recruiters, and then they'll decide the budget as per the organization, and then they'll approve or reject it. So now this is how the manpower acquisition works, but as I was saying, you can bypass it. So if you go to job, once you approve it, the job is created. So we just created manager sales because it was created by the admin, so L1 L2 is not mentioned, otherwise in the other job it is mentioned. So you could see there are 6 active jobs, and now if you would go to our career page, you would also find that what the job we have created recently, manager sales, it is reflecting here, and total 6 number of jobs. The moment I close any job, so for example I'll close this executive sales job, and now if you'll go and refresh this career page, so you would find there will be sales job will be gone from here. Now we have only manager sales, and you can do with all the other jobs with the if you see once again, I'll close this senior manager human resources. See, the senior manager human resources job will be gone from here. So it is directly linked to, it can be linked to your career page, and also we have our own job portal TrueCV. It will be linked with TrueCV as well. So all the job will be posted here, and you would be able to receive application from there, and all the applications, all the job post has been integrated with AI. So there would be no wrong resume. Like if I want to put a barista resume into this, so the AI will in it, and it will clearly say that this resume is not relevant, and the person will not be able to submit the profile. At the same time, if we put, because it was a sales, so if I'll put a BDCV, it will again do the same. It will scan, it will calculate the score, the latest score, it will match what is the exact number, and now it's saying that's a strong match, and you'll be able to submit the profile. So once you submit a profile from here, and let me just add some number to it, so that accept it, and now phone already exists. So the moment you add this application, it will go directly to your system. Now if we'll go and see into the admin, we'll refresh this page, and we can see we have one application. And now let's see the user, the testing ID that we had. Now if we go to testing ID, you will be able to see that here the person has got this notification that they have applied. Now we can also add candidate from this, and this resume passing would also work here. If once again, if this is a sales role and if we want to apply an HR CV into this, it's gonna scan from here also, and if this resume is not relevant to it, it's not gonna let you submit it. So a minimum 50% match is required so that you would not have to see any resume which is irrelevant. So now we'll go into this job, and you can see this is the new resume. If there will be any old resume which is of this same role, and it's gonna come into DB match, and that's how the AI shortlist and different other tabs work. You can see the resume from here. This is the ATS score, and you can WhatsApp the candidate from here, and or you can mail, and you can schedule the interview with a click of the button. And over call, I'll select date, and I'll select the time, and just have to save it. And the moment I save it, again you don't have to inform them or mail them separately. The person will be receiving an interview schedule mail immediately at the same time. And because the address and it was over call, that's why the address and video link is not mentioned. So everything you have to do is just have to, after the interview also, you can just shortlist, select, reject from here only. For all selection, the evaluation form will be maintained along with the candidate history, and either you reject or select, you have to mention everything, the person who has taken the interview. So once you've selected this person will move to selected, and then once selected moves to onboarding as well. You go to onboarding, you would request for the documents so that you can negotiation document mail sent successfully. Now this person will be receiving an email that the person have to upload the document. They just have to click on this document and they will upload the, हम यहाँ पे जाएंगे offer letter, increment letter, bank statement, and submit. Once you submit it, if you'll go, आप यहाँ पे आप refresh करोगे, and it will become an I button so that you can view the document. आपने जो भी वहाँ पे उनको भेजे थे, you would be able to यहाँ से देख सकते हो, and then you can send the offer letter in a click of a button. Just select the date of the joining, and जो भी आप सैलरी करेंगे, the breakup will be generated because this is how the whole thing has been calculated. You can put it to manual and can change the breakup, and you can send the offer letter from here. You can, once you send the offer letter, the person will be receiving a link. Congratulations, offer letter you just saw received. Their email ID will become the username. So the whole idea is that the person should be managing the role. Now you will be able to see this celebratory offer letter and accept, and then from here you can either download the offer letter, you'll be able to view the offer letter, and as we discussed, the 6 lakh remuneration, and then you will also have a salary structure. So obviously this is all customizable. If you go into the setup and the brand setup, you would be able to see that you can set up the offer letter, you can set up the joining letter, company profile, and everything in detail you would be able to see and manage for all locations, basic, PF, ESIC, PT, LWF, leave type, holiday, shifts. So this is at every level for all the brand, for all the locations, for all the unit, there will be a different setup. Similarly for onboarding, there were 3 documents mentioned. You can add the documents, you can remove the documents which is not required, you can have the joining documents which is required, which we will see now, and then we will have joining form which will be asked to fill. So in terms of compliances, we have all the setups for all the states. Every compliances has been mentioned. The minimum wage, basic, PF, ESIC, PT, LWF, holiday, all state wise. And once you create any unit and select state, these has been copied. And all the other things, while you create a location, you don't have to create and fill everything. You can just copy those locations, copy those details. When you add a unit, you can just copy those details from the other unit, and you don't have to create everything from the beginning. You just have this option of copying, and you can copy everything from here. In fact, we'll first see how the onboarding work. You'll go on onboarding, and then you already saw the offer letter. You will upload the documents. These were 3 documents mentioned in the setup, so that's what it's asked for. It will ask for your Aadhaar, your PAN card, and your voter ID card, and you will submit these documents. And Then the joining form which was designed there, you will have, this is also customizable, and you can put in all your details. So if you look at the onboarding and go to the offer accepted, you can click on this and you could see the status, the documents which I just uploaded, the offer documents, the joining documents. You would click on this and you would be able to see those documents. So this is how it works. Joining forms, it's not filled, so it will not be showing. So everything in process, one thing is pending, joining form, it will show. 6 uploads that I have made, it will show it here. So you can see everything live, and once the person has uploaded all the documents or onboarding, you'll just click on join, and because the person has already filled all the details, you would not have to do anything. You would just allocate the role, if it is a recruiter, interviewer, onboarding, payroll, unit manager. If you still want to change anything in the salary, you can do it from here, and you will just save it and bring that person on board, and the person will receive a new login ID because you are bringing that person into the system, and now you will be able to see that person in your employee list. So as I was calculating, so now after this, here comes the attendance. You can put in the shift if it is a roster shift. So we were talking about this shift allocation in the brand setup, in the unit setup. You'll go into the brand and into that unit that you have created, and in that unit you will be able to see that there is an option of shift. You can go into a shift, and this is how you can decide shifts. If it's a 6 days working, it's a 5 days, Saturday, Sunday off, 5.5 days. So there is different options, still customizable. Start time, end time, duration, late mark, how many lates allowed, everything can be customized. And obviously this is the options, and we do the implementation, and will be customized as per your organization's policy. And that's how you would be able to take the attendance. You can either connect it with your biometric or the systems punch in, punch out, or with the app. And if you see the employee view, once they're here, if there is an absent, so they'll be able to see their total leave, available leaves, pending request, and they can just, if they're absent, they can regularize it. They could say that I was present, I was work from home, I was just doing outreach, date, time in, time out, or they can mark the leave, and they will be able to see that for what leave and for what day. If it is an earned day, if it is whatever leave balance they had, they'll be able to see that balance and they can mark it. So that's how they regularize, and once it is regularized as an employee, they will also be able to submit the reimbursement. This is also from the backend setup it can be done. So these are the expenses account. They can select any expense, date, bill number, amount, and submit it. Along with that, they can also have a look at the salary slip, and once it's all done, you would be able to, in the payroll, you would be able to run the payroll, and you will be able to see here the reimbursement. You will see the complete attendance in the pay register. On top you have generate payroll, submit payroll. You can revoke payroll for candidate or a whole payroll of someone, or generate salary slip, or you can also export into the Excel. EF, ESIC, ECR will also be generated from here. You can manage the advance also. You can add any employee to whom you want to give advance, and you can see the you can select the amount, number of installments that you want that person to be paid. If it's 6 lakh 12 installment, you can select when you want to start remark, and if there is an already running advance, and this is how this, and if you want to skip for a reason, and you can just give a reason and then skip, like we skipped for the last month. So that's how you can manage the advance. So this is how you can generate the payroll. Now coming to performance management, there is 2 part of performance management. There is goal setting and PMS review. So everyone has to first do their goal setting. They'll set up their goals. Will their you can have this category or the value of your organization. This option can be removed also. You can directly fill in your goal, your KRA, your target, and the weightage, which must be equal to 100, and once you submit it, it go to your L1, and after once you approve it, your goal setting is done. As an admin, you will be able to see the people who have done the goal setting, they have initiated or not initiated. Once all goal setting has been approved, you can start the PMS, performance management system. PMS is not initiated. As an admin, you have right to initiate for specific brand, for specific unit, designation, or department, and you would just apply for, you can select the status and you can initiate for specific team. For sales, maybe you can have monthly or quarterly, and for the support function you can have biannually or annual review system. One thing more amazing about this performance management system is linked with your task management. So like if you select any task, like for example demo and brief, and you can select the employee and then the priority and can link to this their KRA. So this is how you can assign the task, and once you assign it, you would be shown that if it is overdue. The person can either complete it, or if for some reason they could not do it, and if the client changed, then they can request for the deadline change so that it doesn't affect their system. So this is the task management linked with performance management. We have learning management system as well, wherein you can add courses. There is the options of chapter, questions, and you can have you can edit, you can have your own course library, you can edit the courses, you can edit the questions, and you can enroll people into this. You can enroll employees, you can allocate these courses to people, and then you can watch them that who all have completed it. That's how the learning management system works. You can put in all the mandatory or compliances courses also through this, like safety, POSH, the query management system. So the best part of this query management system is that during FNF you can tell people and you can ask that if there is anything that why did not you share. So we always tell them that always if there is any issue that you are facing, you should document it, and should promote, we always try to promote this culture into the organization so that they can have their history. During exit, people say that I faced this challenge, but if there is any system problem, if they are facing any challenge into the team, they should be able to document it, and if it is not resolved, it should be escalated to L1, L2 and L3. It's very simple. They'll go to help desk and they will raise query, and it will go to L1, L2 and then next level if it is not resolved. And because while talking about exit, the resignation and exit flow is also maintained from here. They can raise the request and it will go to different department, and finally it will be smooth and final will be. So that was a short demo from recruitment to onboarding, attendance, payroll, performance management, learning management, task management to full and final and all the setup. I hope it was helpful. If there is anything which you would like me to explain further or tell me in more detail, please write in the comment, and will be happy to explain that as well. I've already covered the setup. This is the, but I'll still click on it. This is the basic setup. You can add any department, designation, grade, scale, expense account, employee series. Brand setup we already talked about, the unit and the brand creation. Onboarding setup also I showed you, offer document, policies, offer letter, company profile, joining forms. We have a PMS setup where we create the category which I showed you, and the email setup also which will go setup. We have mail setup of different kind of mails that we generate at each level. For that we have mail setup, and compliances I already showed you that for each state we have in detail compliance. I hope this must be useful, and like I said earlier also, if you have any question and if you want me to explain anything in more detail, I'll be really happy to help you with this. And for anything else, you can just log into TrueHRIS.com. You'll be able to find everything transparent about the solutions that we have, about the pricing that we have, everything you'll be able to find it from here. So thank you so much for your time guys, and have a great day.